Hey, YouTube family, welcome back. So the winner is the white one. Yes, sir. So I was just starting to take it apart, and I thought, you know what? Inquiring minds might like to know. I know before I buy a guitar, I like to look on YouTube to see if there's any, any pros and cons about the actual instrument. So I just took the neck off, and I threw some oil on it, and it turned a nice shade of black. So as opposed to the crappy kind of dried brown look, but it would still need more oil, like these necks. So I think Two Bike Mike, you can chime in, but I think that his neck was super dry as well. The white one, this one was super dry, and the black one was super dry. The one I just returned it tonight, so it's going back. So yeah, so everybody who commented said the white, get the white, get the white. So I guess the white with the black is a team favorite. So I figured, hey, you know what? You voiced your opinion, and I listened. All right, so let's take this thing apart and see what we're dealing with. So upon inspection, I took the neck off. The neck is really nicely made. If you look at the heel here, but you can see how, they don't clean anything up. Like the neck is just like put up against the guitar, and then they fire the screws in there, and that's it. So when you back them out, this gets all splintered. Or when they drill it and pull the drill bit out, they don't clean it up before they put the screws in. But as far as the rest, the heel is actually very nice. Like there's nothing wrong, other than the fretboard's very square edged, right? Like it's not rounded like most guitars. You'll see a nice finished rounded edge, even if it overlaps. This one's just, cut square, probably to save some cost. But you know what? I don't care. It's fine. So anyway, yeah. So there's the head. We'll just move that over here. Make sure it doesn't fall, or the neck, I should say. And the neck pocket, it's full of crap in there. Look, you can see it fall out. And again, just like Two Bike Mike always says, like these budget guitars, one thing, and I'm not sure. You know what? I would bet at like a mid-range, even brand name guitar would probably have the same issues. But the screws actually catch in the pocket of the body, like in the pocket holes here. The screws actually thread in here as they thread in the neck. So, and you usually want the screws to flow kind of semi-freely in here so that it'll really pull the neck down into the pocket, and you won't have any threads of the screw catching in the pocket. So these are going to have to be drilled. And on the back here, beneath the plate, everything looked good. There's no issues there, no scratches, dings, dents. So everything looked good. Just that hole in the middle, I'm assuming that's just there when they paint the body. I don't think it has a function other than that. And that's not a chip, that's just wood from the neck when I pulled the screws out. So yeah, it's I don't know what kind of wood it is, but I can press my nail into it and it leaves a little mark. So it's a soft wood for sure. It could be, I don't know, it's kind of it's not maple, that's for sure. It might be alder, but my guess is it's probably basswood. Because it's, there's some weight to it, but it's not terribly heavy. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna do this in real time. So if you guys just want to fast forward, that's fine. I won't be insulted, but I just want you guys to see what's there. So I'm gonna take these screws out, and if you guys do this, you really need to get these little magnetic screw holding plates. They have a magnet in the back. They're fantastic. You just, throw your screws in there, and if you knock it down, you don't have to worry about them falling. I love those things. Throw one in there. So I don't know if there's a big route, like a big channel route into the control plate, or if it's all, solid. I'm not sure how they do the design. I would be surprised if there wasn't one, like if there wasn't a channel. I would be actually impressed. All right, that should be it. Well, let's pull this pick guard off. See what lies underneath. Yep, and there's a channel. And, oh, look at the mess. So, the channels have been sprayed. These are not, well, this one anyway is not an El Nico pickup. That's a ceramic pickup. Probably why, now I might insult some people, probably why it sounds kind of crappy. I'm just, for the most part, and, you know, it's not always the case, but for the most part, I always find ceramic pickups underpowered and kind of bland. Mind you, the Nashville Telly that I have, that I got from 2Bike Mike, it has ceramics in it, and that thing sounds awesome. So, you know, I guess it just depends. Oh, look at that. So this guitar, that won't matter, you won't really see it, but it has a crack right here. There's a crack right here. Do you see it? There's a crack right there in the wood. And you can see how splintered the neck pocket is. Like, it's very rough. And even on the sides, it's pretty rough. So I think their CNC machine or whatever they used to route the pockets was having a bad day, and it probably just kicked. It looks like there's a nick inside here, and it probably just split the wood. But I don't know if they... Anyway, it's not moving, like it's solid, so I'm not too concerned. And you know what? It looks like it almost looks like there's 2 layers of wood here. So let me see if I can show you that in the... Can you guys see that? Look, you can see that line. There's a line right in the middle of the pickup cavity, and it goes all the way down. It's a straight line. Now, either that's a line from the router, which, yeah, I think maybe that's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is, because it's not on the other side. It's not on the neck pocket side. I thought that maybe they built the guitar, you know, and then they did the routes, and then they added another like top to it. But no, I think it's just the router bit. They just used a crappy router bit, I guess. So all this splintering and stuff, that all needs to be cleaned up. I'll clean that all up, and that's all going to be copper shielded. I like shielding my stuff. All right, so this pickup is not going in again. So you know what? I am just going to remove it right now. I will, however, save these screws, because sometimes the screws that come with other pickups just don't fit in the pickguard, or they're tapered differently at the top, and so I just like to keep them in case. And I always keep these springs too, because you never know when you're going to need them. And this pup can go. I won't be reusing it. All right, let's take the control cover off here. I'm fully expecting just a typical box switch and some cheap pots. Yep, exactly. So we have some tiny little pots. There's a print on them. I can't even make out what it is, and just this little box switch. So that's gonna go. I'm not gonna reuse that. I'll put like a blade type switch in there. Mind you, it doesn't feel terrible. Like, you know, it's nice and precise. But that's not typically how I roll. So what's this? It looks like there's a .47 cap here. I'm not a tone guy. I just always run my tones full, so I don't really care what's in the what a guitar has for tone cap. I always just run my tone and volume full blast, and then I make the adjustments I need on my amp, and I pick pickups that just sound good when they're wide open. So to my ears anyway. So yeah, all right. So the white wire is here. I'm just gonna snip those off instead of unsoldering them because I'm not gonna reuse them. My snips are here. Take that off. All kinds of wire anyway. And this black wire goes over here. All right, so we can take this out. Voila! So I can take this cover off. No, I guess you can't. It's kind of soldered in there, I think, for probably a ground or something. But yeah, definitely a ceramic magnet, and it's a no name brand. It works, but yeah, I'm not going to reuse it. Anyway, and then we'll just do the same with the bridge pickup wires. So that's the red and the black. Just gonna snip those, because even if I do reuse it, because I sort of do kind of like the sound of the bridge. I'm guessing it's ceramic too though. So again, maybe I'll be eating my words. Anyway, we're gonna take this bridge off. So this bridge has like some pretty beefy screws there, you know, to hold it in place. And there's 5 of them. So I'll just throw those in there as well. And I think I'm gonna have to release these saddles. Just to access. So I need that one. There's one in the middle. You have to release 2 saddles to get to those. And I'll release the last one. Yeah, that should be good. Again, they're short screws, but they're very beefy. I like this. Boop. All right, here we go. Take this off. So look at that. There's no, oh my gosh. There's no ground wire. No ground wire, and it is a ceramic. There's the ceramic bar magnet right here. It is not El Nico. Anyway, but it does have, not really a massive one, but it does have like a brass, the big brass plate at the back. So maybe that's what gives it its kind of its little crunch, or that little tang or twang that I kind of like. Anyway, it sounds good here in the basement. I don't know how it came through on the videos, but this plate is massive. It's got some thickness to it. It's got some weight to it. So it's pretty impressive. And it does have the string through body holes at the bottom of the plate. So so this guitar is mounted top load, but it does have the string through body holes. So with this plate in place, and I know it's properly positioned because it's well lined up and the strings are all lined up, and you know everything obviously intonates. So you could easily remove these saddles, and with a drill press you could drill each one of these top holes all the way through, and then on the back side you'd use a bigger drill bit, you know, go down whatever amount that you need to fit a ferrule, and put the ferrules in, and that's it, done. It wouldn't be a difficult process whatsoever. And I guess all we have left now is the input jack. I will show you a couple of little issues here with the bridge plate, but we're just going to take the input jack out. Let me see if I can just loosen the screw or the nut holding it on. Just the pliers. Yep, they're never on tight on these cheap guitars. We'll take that off and push it out. Oh, look at that. So again, probably to cut costs or whatever, but they, that's so weird. So usually the input jack hole is drilled the same size all the way through, but this one's not. So you can't pull the jack out. You have to unsolder it or clip the wires over here. So I think I'm just going to clip the wires up here because I'm definitely not going to use these control pots. But as far as the jack goes, a jack is a jack. I know there's different ones. I've been using switchcraft jacks, and I've been using what's the other one? I just started using them. I have one in my hybrid Strat, and I have one in my headless Telly. That's what are they called? But anyway, they have 4 pins, like 2 on the negative and 2 on the positive, and they clip, so you can feel the jack clipping in twice. So they're very solid, but the name eludes me. I can't remember. So I'm just going to take this plate off. Snip this off, snip these 2 wires because I'm not going to use them anyway. And even if I did, they're plenty long to resolder. And I'll pull this off. Just a typical, the round, oval jack plate. Nothing fancy. And we'll just take this jack out, have a look at it. And yeah, it's just plain Jane jack, nothing fancy. 1 ground lug, 1 positive lug, single pin, but it's very stiff, like, it's hard to bend. So I think it would be fine to reuse in a guitar, or if someone had a bad jack, you could definitely reuse this one. But I probably will not be reusing it. I'm going to bother doing all this work or taking it all apart. I'm definitely going to upgrade everything, and then it's done. So, all right. Just before I show you the bridge mount holes, we'll have a look at this. It's not, but you see how the hole's big right here, and then they go right to the neck pocket, and then they just shoot a little, I don't know, like a 1/2 inch size bit, just to make the hole to run the wire. Whereas a lot of guitars, I find that hole goes right through and you can just run your jack from the inside, push it through, and you're all set. But I think what it is here is I guess the depth of this pocket isn't, I might not be able to fit a switchcraft jack in there, or a blade switch. I might have to route some of this away. I don't know, because you can see in here, so the hole, this hole right here to access the pocket is not centered. It's lower. So had they drilled it this size all the way through, they would have taken out a bunch of wood on this back corner of the control cavity, because the drill bit wasn't centered in the control cavity. It's centered in the guitar. So yeah, I guess maybe that's why they did it that way. But anyway, another thing that I really don't like is, I may have to change that, but so the wire for the bridge pickup is up top, and I hate that, because if you have to lower it, then the bridge kind of sits on top of the wire. I like having my my wire route holes like at the bottom of the cavity. So, but I know it's hard to do when you need a super long drill bit so you can kind of come in on an angle to get that in there. But I might try and fix that as well, add an extra hole. So yeah, so whoever, check that out. So whoever installed that bridge installed it twice because the holes are all, they were double drilled and they did a crappy job. So second time was a charm, I guess. They were, so yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do with this. Definitely it's going to get cleaned up. It's going to get some copper shielding and pickups. As much as I like the sound of this little bridge pickup, now that I see that it's ceramic, I think I probably won't reuse it. But, so I do have, let me see here. I do have some pickups here that I picked up over the Christmas holidays from Guitar Fetish because they had a sale on. So let me see if I can find. So I got these guys just because I always need telly pickups. I'm always swapping stuff around. So wasn't sure what I was going to use them in, but now that I have this, I'd be probably a good fit. So this one is a Telecaster neck pickup. It looks vintage. It has the chrome cover on it, but it's wound at 9.4K. It's the KPT19. And just let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Let me double check the ohmage. I know I took a super hot one because I was thinking that maybe, yeah. So it's overwound. It's a louder repro vintage Alnico neck pickup. Fits telly. It says it's our best. It's quick plug ready, so you can just, it has the GFS quick plug. They were $27.94. I got it on sale, and I got a discount of 10% because they had a site-wide deal going on. And it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me here. Yeah. So anyway, the reason I took it's because it was like a 9K neck. For a telly, and I thought that's really hot. That should give me some nice clarity, but we'll see. And the description said that it was very punchy, and it would make Strat players look twice. So hopefully that's accurate. So I think I'll put that in here, and then the telly bridge pickup. This is a KPT09. So this is the fat body GFS pickup, but the overwound. So this is a 10K. So I had bought one of these for my IYV telly when I pulled out the P90 and I just installed a regular telly pickup. And it was great, nice and balanced, but when I ordered, I guess I made a mistake and I ordered the vintage wound one, and it was only 5.5K. And every time I get a vintage wound pickup, like obviously lower wattage or lower output, I don't like them. Like I feel like they're just lacking. And I was talking to a sound guy once who was like doing a recording of a drum track, and he had just finished re-recording the kick drum mic. And I asked him why he did that, and he said because the original drum kit, the kick drum mic was, I guess, positioned improperly, whatever, and the signal was weak. And he said, you can compress and boost and do whatever you want to a signal and try and bring your signal up. But when something's not there, it's hard to, it's hard to add it and to make it sound good. But he says when you have all kinds of signal, you can take stuff away or you can take frequencies out or add some in, but it's hard to work with something that's not present. So some people might think, oh, you don't want a 10K bridge in the neck and a 9 or in the bridge and a 9K pop in the neck for a telly. That's ridiculous. But I can lower them. So I feel for me and just the way that I play, which is questionable, right? But I feel that the higher output pickups just work better for me and the way that I've learned to play over the years. So I think we'll give these a try. And at the very worst, if this pickup is too bassy or too, it's not Telly-esque enough, I can put this one back in because I know it sounds fairly spanky. So the only thing I don't know is I like the black pickguard on the white guitar, and I think that black hardware would look good on this particular one. So I think like a black control plate, black bridge, and some black tuners. I mean, I guess the tuners, whatever, they could stay chrome because the headstock is black. But I think with the black headstock, I think it would go well with everything else if I blacked out the guitar. So seeing that I'm going to change all these components anyway, I think maybe I'll do that. And I do have a bridge here. It's a Babex bridge, the same as what I have on my Wolfcaster, if you guys have seen the video of that thing. And and that bridge is more than this whole guitar like put together. Like that bridge is just alone is over $200 here in Canada. But I have an extra one. I traded it with some pedal that I just didn't like, and I've always had it here and I never used it. So I might, if it works with this, I might see if I can fit it. So, and then I'll have to order some parts. And I got the bridge pickup and the neck pickup, so that's all right. But so some little things, I have to order the black strap buttons and the black control plate, and some of this stuff I might have in my box there. I got a bunch of guitar parts. So that's it, boys and girls. That's the Ammoon disassembled. That's what you're looking at. Don't expect perfectly cut routes. I would suspect that all guitars are the same, but I know that my buddy 2Bike Mike is redoing his, and I think that video will be coming out shortly. And I'm curious to see what he found inside here. Hopefully he'll share that with us. And but I suspect that this is probably typical for this price point. Again, everything's straight, bones are good, it's fine. It's just it's not pretty when you look at it. And it's all loose. Like it's not like I gotta like try to get a sandpaper in there, or like everything's loose. So it'll all come out. It's just that it could be better, I guess. So yeah, so I'm gonna end the video here, and thanks for watching, and next video will be assembly and sound check. See you later.